Stillness and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness in all parts of oneself. Stillness and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness from your cellular system to your outer body. Stillness and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness as within, so without, as above, so below. Wholeness, wholeness, wholeness. Namaste. Peace and blessings, stillness and blessings, love and light, wholeness and health. A little sage incense for y'all too. Stillness and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness. I ain't gonna spend a bunch of time talking, but I was led to write down a few things after my meditation early today, because this was for early today, but I ended up having to do some late running this evening. I don't know what I'm gonna make out of this scrap, but this is what go on after my meditation. Life is a predatory business. You can't fight the value of people who scared to fight the value of themselves. That was one of the things I was led to write down. And that had a lot to do with this full corn moon. You know, the full corn moon was the day, but prior to a full moon or a new moon, you got a 3-day transit prior, then you got a 3-day transit after. So yesterday the energies was real heavy. That's not a positive or negative. It's just all about how it affects you. But yesterday the energies was real heavy. I'm feeling a lot much better today energetically. You know, I know it wasn't my own. I know it wasn't my energy I was feeling. I was just being an empath. I was just feeling, you know, the energy that's going on to the collective, you know, depressive energy, resentful energy, addictive energy, regretful energy, all type of energies, and just making me more aware of the spiritual warfare that we're going through in the physical. But what this full moon in Pisces being an intuitive sign, an imaginative sign, what this full moon and psychic sign, especially Pisces are very, very, very psychic, but most Pisces are not in touch with it. But this is the time, and that's because You know, and that's what I'm speaking about. The things that, not Pisces in general, the whole collective, us in general. You know, things that we need to let go. We need to let go. Whether it's resentment, whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, whether it's shame, whether it's guilt, whether it's regret. You know, whether it's addictions to people, places, or a thing. You know, if it takes from you, if it's draining to you, if it's vampiric to you, you know, it's time to release it, to let it go. That's what this full moon is encouraging in us to do. You know, let go of the things that don't allow your mind to be at rest, that don't allow your mind to be at peace, don't allow you to be in peace. And as I say, we gotta feel good for no reason at all, man. You gotta, you know, that's a place that you have to dig into yourself, because the kids might be nagging you if you married or got a mate. The spouse might be nagging you. You know, the job might be nagging you. You know, so in all these things, where do you dig in at to keep yourself going, regardless of all the conditions? You gotta dig in. When you're emotionally off or stuck in a rut, quote unquote, you're responsible to mentally change that frequency, not stay there. You gotta power up, charge up, and shake it off. The only way out of it is in. Tap your own light. Freedom is not free. Definitely not because somebody else say you free. We must save our own self. Period. And with that, we're gonna go into the 80K Luke, Law of Life. 80K Luke. Y'all pardon me for the dogs, but 80K Luke, Law of Life. And today's section on page 49 is thought and feeling. Take my glasses on so I can see. There is only one creative power in the world: your thought and your feelings. Now, we don't been programmed to call it other things, you know, but it's only one creative power in the world: your thoughts and your feelings. Thought and feeling are your creative centers. Can you do anything without your mental and your feelings? There are teachings which teach thought power and stress right thinking, but the power of feeling has not been understood or taught until recently. Since there is 3 times as much or more energy in your feeling world as in the mental world, it is necessary to control the feelings first. Control your emotions, energy and motion. The greater power is in the feelings, which run rampant with most of mankind, which accounts for so much unrest and disturbed conditions. It is the feeling, I'm gonna back up. The greatest power is in the feelings, which run rampant with most of us, which accounts for so much unrest and disturbed conditions. I've been making, you know, prior to today, the 3 days prior, I did a lot of resting. Not sleep, for the most part, but rest. Just rest, you know, just laying still, resting my mind, and it actually did some good. It is the feelings that energize and motivates the thoughts. When you feel good, you think good. Y'all caught that? When you feel good, you actually think good. Now think about how you feel when you're not feeling good. It is the feelings that energize and motivates the thoughts. The feeling or emotional world being the powerhouse, it should concur with the thought. It needs to match up. Your feelings should match up with how you're thinking. That is what produces results. That is why many many prayers have not been answered. For y'all who pray, that's why many prayers have not been answered. They being only mental. The thought creates the form or cup. The feeling energizes it, which makes it a thing. One has to hold the form, the thought form creates, manifests. Thought form or pattern until the substance feels it. Hold the thought form or pattern until the substance feels it. To gain self-control is not a matter of mind only, but to gain self-control is not a matter of mind only, but of the feelings, wherein is the great amount of energy, in your mind or in your feelings. Think about it. No one will ever control thought until he controls feelings first. No one will ever control thought until you control feelings first. Thought is produced by feelings. You never have a thought that you didn't have a feeling first. Every individual is constantly picturing what is in his feelings. And this is why I say vibration turn into thoughts and thoughts turn into things. The vibration is the feeling. You are never bound by conditions. You are bound by your own feelings. You think the wall shuts out the air. It is your feelings that shut out the air. The only thing that stands between the ascended masters, spirit, source, and us, between beauty and perfection and us, is thought and feelings. And we can change both instantly. That is demonstrated so clearly in a child, or adult for that matter, that may be crying, and by the attention being drawn to something else, he is laughing or she is laughing in the next moment. Also in actors, which is done at will. They have learned to control those faculties and cause them to respond at their will. Yeah. Could you imagine dating an actor or an actress? You don't know if the feelings they saying they feel real or not, because they've been trained to act. I wonder how it is being married to an actor or an actress. That's something to think about, though. What is meant by the expression up against a stone wall? That stone wall is the human accumulation, which is misqualified energy in the feeling world mostly. Probably done by overthinking. The presence can be called into action to dissolve and transmute it. Train yourself to bring your feelings to bear forth that which the consciousness knows. Your feeling world is the release. Watch what feeling is operating in you. Watch what the feelings are doing in you. Watch how the feelings are making you feel. You must accept the things that you call for in your feelings. To get greater feeling, use a greater determination. Your determination will change your desire. Your feeling world is the magnetic pull. Why aren't we free? We is free, ain't it? Somebody said we free, ain't it? Well, I just said you're not free if somebody else say you free. Because if you're emotionally bound, then how can you be free? Why aren't we free? Because knowingly or unknowingly, we have accepted the appearance world. How can you be free in a world where everybody say you're supposed to look like this? Everybody say you're supposed to, or the world say you're supposed to look like this, or society says you're supposed to dress like this, or society says you're supposed to listen to this. Is that freedom? In the present stage of consciousness of mankind, much of the power of qualification acts unknowingly, unconsciously, to the outer conditions or the outer conscious mind of the individual. Therefore, the need is to again come into a state of consciousness, a point of control of these feelings. Your world is just as far as your feelings extend. Your world is just as far as your feelings extend. A powerful, strong belief charged into your feelings work. A powerful, strong belief charged into your feeling world will be their embodiment after embodiment. So learn to love, be happy, live in light, laugh. The light pouring down through the ray from the presence or from source, from your higher self, can't be requalified. Only your feeling can affect this energy. You cannot requalify the energy the ascended masters or the ascended ones or the spirit guides pour into your feeling world, but you can requalify that which you call forth. You have been doing it, whether you know it or not. The energy comes pure and perfect to the heart, and on its return illumines the brain, and that is where human qualification takes place. You clothe the energy coming through you from the presence as it goes out into your world with whatever feeling you have. Just your power of qualification acting in your feeling world stands between you and your freedom. In great calm, you will find your power of qualification not acting, just real. Qualification means the feelings released within you that charges the energy called forth from your powerhouse, the attention being the activity. So whatever your attention on, fuels you or make you empty, depending on the vibrational state of the thing you're thinking on. We do not qualify with the intellect. Power of qualification is a feeling. Everything depends on your use of it. Your power to misqualify can't stop till you stop accepting discord, chaos, negativity in your feelings. We should not discuss with each other discordant, negative, unpleasant things. When you listen to discordant things, you are anchoring in your feeling world some discord that must act there. So this is why I say stop gossiping, stop backbiting, stop going to bed angry. There is not one destructive thing that can reach you unless you feed your life energy into it. Where your attentions are, there you are. Test the spirit by watching your thoughts to bear your own witness. Charge your feelings to repel discordant things. One can then see or listen to discordant things without accepting it. Feel such a great outpouring from the presence that discord cannot register. It is not that you may not see destructive conditions, but you may not let them enter into your feeling. When you can look upon a thing without a feeling, then you are a master. If you're a counselor, that's something you have to be able to master. If you're a life coach, that's something you have to master. If you deal with, we all do it. We all this type of person in some form or fashion, whether it's a job, a work or occupation. Because I don't like to use job. You know, we trying to get beyond just over broke. So whether it's a work or occupation, all of us use these qualities to some extent. The thing is, we need to be more conscious of it. When you can look upon a thing without a feeling, then you are a master. All feeling is one according to the qualities manifest there. This power and force going forth, this power of light called forth by a great intensity of feelings, goes through the mental and feeling worlds of all mankind in an action similar to hydraulic force. Keep an iron grip on your feelings. The easiest way is to visualize the luminous presence of an ascended master enfolding or your own presence. Strong desire held over a long period of years becomes a compelling power. The first activity in mankind is desire. Desire must be constructive desire. There is hearing and feeling in the sight, sight and feeling in the hearing, sight and hearing in the feelings. The imperative need is harmony in the feelings. Until we maintain harmony in the feelings, we will stay in chains. We must give balance by self-control in the feelings. The only waiting required is for you to determine to hold harmony in your feelings. You have got to make effort at self-control. You must balance the powers of the presence called forth in the human realm, and that is where attention, power of qualification, and vision come in. One can control the energy at the solar plexus by raising it to the golden flame in the heart. That enables you to hold self-control. Practice breathing. technique. Practice breathing technique. This is one of my notes. Practice breathing techniques and watch your breath through feeling. Meditate, meditate, meditate. The feeling world is what produces beauty in the flesh. In order to have quick action, you must release energy by feeling. It is the feeling that releases the current of energy from the presence that fulfills your call. As long as there's an uncertainty in the feelings, you do not settle down into the firm knowing. You're going to doubt. There is the motherhood and fatherhood of God. There's the motherhood and fatherhood of God. There's the motherhood and fatherhood of God. There is the motherhood and fatherhood of God. Y'all stay with me. The intellect represents the fatherhood and the heart, motherhood. Throughout is the masculine element. It creates form, which only becomes a thing when combined with the feminine element or activity, feeling. One must be sure in the feelings that the presence, God, source, is the doer. There is the need of complete cooperation in the feelings to the presence. Once you can release your feelings into the hands of the presence or your higher self, what freedom that will bring. Allow, trust, be still, watch, and meditate. A criterion one can go by is a feeling from the heart is an action of the presence. A feeling from the solar plexus is the human or outer self acting. One must distinguish between intense human desire and the pressure of light or source of divinity through and in you. Disturbance in the feeling world enters through the solar plexus. That is the main door. Sight is very closely connected. It will also enter through the ears, and gossip is a most destructive thing. For control, draw in the solar plexus and call to your I am presence to hold control of your feelings. The solar plexus is the door to the emotional body. The point between the eyes is the door to the mental body. It is well to visualize a miniature luminous presence over the spots on the forehead. See it in a sphere of dazzling light about 3 inches in diameter. At the solar plexus, about the size of a large dinner plate. And the disc of light can be used the luminous presence of any ascended master. But it is particularly well to use a luminous presence because of the sixth ray is the ray connected with or governing the emotional body. The solar plexus being the entrance to the emotional body from the outer world is why many times one becomes subtly nauseated for no apparent reason. The energy coming in. That is because hate or discord from the outer world was accepted to enter, or it may have been consciously projected. Watch them evil eyes. When disturbance tries to drive in, or when when disturbance tries to drive in, or when in a crowd, one can fold his arms, which helps close the door. You can draw in the solar plexus and say, "My magic I am presence or higher self, hold control of my feelings." Ashe. It is not realized that 75% of the feelings are discordant in the average human being in the outer world who makes no effort to control their feelings. Out of that destructive quality acting, they are unaware of 35% of it. It is those conditions which are the most difficult in one's attainment. Discord acting in the feelings is what has prevented happiness. It's what has prevented ascension. What holds the desire of mankind? The substance released from the feelings of mankind. We have to stop accepting discord into our feelings. Every constructive desire is God in action. To every constructive desire, there's an opposing force outside, and even within yourself. To every constructive desire, there is an opposing force outside, and even within yourself. So, if there's a God, you got to be it. If there's a devil, you probably been it. Viciousness from human beings comes from desires unsatisfied. And those desires, being human, can never be satisfied. That is the bottom of the pit. Are you human or are you divine? Life is a predatory business. You can't fight the value of people who are afraid to fight the value of themselves. And with that, stillness and blessings, love and light. health, and wholeness to one and to all. Like, share, subscribe. If you want to donate to this cause on building a spiritual family, y'all included. You can donate at $SAIWOODAGOD. $SAIWOODAGOD. That's Saw with God. One love, we out.